This is our checklist that we are going to be using. The reason why we're going to be using a checklist is to make sure that our writing is as good as it can possibly be. So let's go ahead and take a look at the items on our checklist. Did I stay on topic? So if you're writing an informational text about soccer, the whole text needs to be about soccer. If you're writing about the Orioles, then your entire writing should be about the Orioles. So stay on topic. Number 2, did I write true facts about my topic? This is an informational text, which means we're trying to teach somebody something. So we want to include true facts that our readers are going to learn. Did I write a hook or an introduction? Now a hook is something that grabs the reader's attention. An introduction is something that tells the reader what they're going to be reading about. What are they going to be learning? Make sure that you let the reader know what they're going to be reading. Number 4 says, did I add nonfiction text features like labels, captions, and bold print? Those aren't the only types of informational text features that we have, but those are what authors of informational text, nonfiction text, use to help the reader better understand the new facts that the author is trying to teach them. Did I begin each sentence with a capital letter? A sentence is an idea, and the beginning of that idea should be marked with a capital letter. That way the reader knows, hey, here's a new idea. So make sure that you include a capital letter to start each sentence. Did I use good spacing in that sentence? If our words are bunched together, it's going to be hard for the reader to read. So make sure that you're using good spacing in between your words and letters. This is the second part of our checklist here. Did I end each sentence with a punctuation mark? If the capital letter tells the reader that a new sentence started, a punctuation mark at the end of a sentence tells the reader that that idea, that sentence, is over. So we want to make sure that our readers know when the sentence starts and when that sentence ends. Did I try to use my best handwriting? That's extremely important because we want our writing to be read. If the reader can't read your handwriting, then the reader's not going to read your text. And we want to be teaching them something. So make sure you're using your best handwriting. Did I spell my sight words correctly? Spelling can be tricky, and it's okay to have some spelling mistakes here and there. But the words that you should always spell correctly are those sight words, those word wall words that we had this year. The words that you use time and time again, those are the words that you should be spelling correctly. Did I write a closing? If the introduction or the hook grabs the reader's attention and lets them know what they're going to be reading about, the closing reminds the reader this is what you've already read about. So we want to make sure that we remind the reader what they've read. Did I add neat illustrations? And when I say neat illustrations, I don't mean the, yay, look at that cool picture. I mean neat illustrations, like can the reader understand what that picture is representing? We want to make sure that the reader knows what those illustrations are of. And finally, did I ask someone at home to reread my writing? Editing your work is hard because your brain knows what you meant to say. So sometimes when you reread your writing, your brain will add a few words in there or take out a word because it knows what you're trying to say. So give your writing to someone who doesn't know what you're trying to say and see if that person can help make sure your text, your writing, is as good as it can be. And that's our checklist.